Our pain is not in vain. One of the reminders of this comes from 1 Peter 4, verses 12 and 13, which says this, "Beloved, do not be surprised at the fiery trial when it comes upon you to test you, as though something strange were happening to you. But rejoice insofar as you share Christ's sufferings, that you may also rejoice and be glad when his glory is revealed." In case you did not know this, fire is painful. Ask me how I know. Fire is painful, but fire also does something else. It purifies. And when you look at how gold is purified, if you just take this raw gold and its raw substance, it's going to have other elements in the gold, other impurities. And the only way that you can get out these impurities so that you can be left with pure, unadulterated gold is if you put that gold in a fiery furnace, you subject it to an intense amount of heat to burn away all of the impurities. And as you take this gold and as you fire it up and it turns into a liquid and all the impurities are burned out of it, it can then be poured into a brick or a mold and then it hardens up. And now you have pure gold that's nice and shiny. And that's the type of picture that Peter the Apostle is giving his readers and that we can glean from today, is that when God sends fiery trials to those who love him, it's not by coincidence, it's not by happenstance. As Matthew Henry pointed out, and as my wife's study Bible pointed out, it's not by luck or chance that this happens. There's a purpose for it. God is behind it, and what he's doing is something called sanctification in the life of the believer. It's a process of being made more and more into the image and holiness of God. And as I said a little while ago, we read in Philippians chapter 1, verse 6 or verse 21, that he who began a good work in you will complete it until the day of Jesus Christ. And sometimes that happens through fiery trials, where God is burning out the impurities from this world in us to make us more and more into the image and the likeness of his Son. Fire isn't just painful, it also purifies. I'm reminded of John the Baptist when he said, "He must increase and I must decrease." Our pain is not in vain. And I think that that's one of the things that was also anchoring the author of Lamentations, is that all of this is ultimately for a purpose. Yes, it's painful right now. Yes, it's horrible right now. But we're going to get through it, and this is done for a purpose. The last thing we see here today is that the believer can have hope that tomorrow is a new day. Again, I'm reminded of a quote from Tyler Staton. He's a really good preacher and a really good author if you have a chance to look him up. Prayer is not problem removal. It is promise application. This is exactly what Jeremiah is doing. And this is where we can have a conflict with facts versus feelings. Because notice what Jeremiah is doing. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Notice what he says before that. He says, "This I call to mind." This I call to mind. He's reminding himself, even though my feelings are telling me one thing, I'm going to remind myself of what I know is true about God. There are times, friends, especially in our culture, where we may not feel like something, but we have to drag our feelings towards what we know is true.